Hello, everyone. How are we doing this Saturday afternoon? Can I get some round of applause? My name is Amanda Shea, and I'll probably say that 4 more times. But hello, and welcome to Outspoken Saturdays here at Boston Public Library in the Newsfeed Cafe. Y'all can make more noise than that. We can get a little bit louder. Can I get a year? Can I get a hooty-hoo? I know that's right. My name is Amanda Shea, and I will be your host for today. For those who are not familiar with spoken word poetry, it is a form of performance art in which speakers express themselves verbally on a particular topic. Throughout the year, we have been centering our poetry around what matters to you, which is also GBH's tagline. With that being said, we're thrilled to welcome 7 spoken word poets performing live today from the Boston Library in celebration of Native and Indigenous Peoples Month. Y'all can clap. It's okay. During this month, GBH is dedicated to acknowledging, honoring, and paying tribute to Indigenous peoples who have called this land home long before us. We specifically recognize the Massachusetts Wampanoag and Nipmuc peoples whose ancestral territories from the foundation of GBH's studios, bureaus, and transmitter in Massachusetts. We celebrate the rich cultures, contributions, and connections of Native Indigenous peoples to our work, our community, our Commonwealth, and our nation. Moreover, we understand that acknowledgement must lead to action. We are committed to learning from, including, and amplifying the perspectives, voices, and languages of Native Indigenous peoples, both locally and nationally, as part of our public media mission. With that being said, are y'all ready to get started with our Outspoken Saturday? Before I continue, most people, when they're watching the program, they're like, oh, how do I get on that stage to perform my poetry? Well, even though you didn't ask, I'm going to tell you anyways. So at this beautiful table right here, Olivia, if you could just wave your hand. Everyone say hi to Olivia. Ooh, I love this angle, Maddie. Give it up for Maddie. That looks good. Okay, cool. You can sign up right at the table right there and put your name and your email. And even if you have a friend of a friend and you're like, I know someone who's super talented, like my guy, Gregory Glenn, I will put their name on there anyway, even if they're not in the building. With that being said, are we ready for Outspoken Saturdays? Okay, it's giving a little mid, and with that being said, I just want to know, I love how you are laughing at that mid because it was a little mid. It is extremely important that I have all of the vibrations in this building very high. As you can only imagine, it is really hard to get up here on this stage in front of people that you do not know, some of us that we do know, and perform, right? This is our vulnerability. These poets put a lot of work into giving all of themselves for everyone who is here. So when I say keep the vibrations high, clap as loud as you can, snap, yes. Okay, poet. Any of those things are acceptable because, again, this is vulnerable to be up here, and we want to make sure that we make our contributions as an audience to the poets so that they feel comfortable here on stage. So, again, I'm going to try this one more again before we get into our first outspoken speaker. Are we ready for Outspoken Saturday?
Hello, everyone. I'm going to start off with a piece called To My Favorite Poet. I linger on your every word, a faithful prisoner to your imagination, sailing to the beat of your expressions. I feel myself carried across a sea of melodies, awaiting the chance to enter your manifest of stowed away words, to watch them drift across the tip of your tongue as I glide the highs and lows of your quivering voice and find myself captive to your thoughts. To sway with your mannerisms, to cringe and buckle at the swelling of a tear when secret lines of heartbreak and love breathe their first breath of air. To dream and to feel what you've seen and heard, to experience the virtue pouring from inside when expressions expressed are more than playful rhymes. To extend keen ears as stanzas overflow, my goosebumps arise. Your verse fills a void, caressing places I never thought could feel alive. Many pray to heal. You chose to write. I once was trapped. Your poetry gives me life. That's number one. This next piece is called Her Favorite Book. Like the pages of a book, I slip through her fingers. So intrigued by my sheets, each chapter leaves her breathless, wanting more. A labyrinth of words, mere lines and curves, but full of meaning. So absorbed in me, reality vanishes. She loses herself inside me. Like shadows cast from an open flame on her, my silhouette I leave like sand to an oncoming tide, be swept away in me. My character, the excitement, her escape to a new universe is held within me. We journey across worlds. In the same room, I take her up mountains. We swim across oceans, soar from country to country. Her imagination is free to run wild. My hardcover constraints do little to confine me. Spread me open, dive headfirst into my pages and reside there with me. Weep for my contents. Lust for the lives expired within me. Become lost in the passion, written tears become real tears, emotions, memories, pain, anger, sadness, happiness. With each new read, she feels alive with me. My plot so sweet, once she tastes me, she realizes she was always starving. The bookmark her utensil, she will stop and go as she please, feeding on the juices for a hunger that she can't appease. I am her favorite book. Within me, she tunes out everything. I take her to new heights, a free mind captured by my mystery. My pages are never ending. We will live, we will age. Only the smell and feel of me will change. Yet she will always question what my next page holds. I have left my mark. Whether I lie on the side table or rest upright on a shelf, I, her favorite book, am always within reach. Thank you. So you can find me on Instagram at The Poetic Artiste. That is also my website. I'm also a visual artist. I paint as well as performing poetry. So yeah, thank you guys.
Hi everyone. My name is Niko, and I'll be sharing 2 poems today. Okay. My first poem is titled How We Live with Grief. My grandmother's neighborhood is dry and sweet, like red wine born of ripe, heavy fruit. Her pink house peers over sugarcane fields like a ship moored by the sea. She overflows with raucous cackles and punctuates her laugh with clapping, crunchy as the grass beneath her feet. This is where I jump off, head first, skull cracked like papaya, smack against a memory, met with dry land instead of ocean, cold grave instead of warm embrace. My uncle, taken by the river too soon, haunted me still in the tang of ginger snaps, his favorite cookie. Still, his wife glows, moon-faced, 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 like I know she's half in shadow, though she only shows the light. And my second poem is titled Ode to Dried Dates. Upon discovering that dates pair well with cardamom, garlic, and tuna, I dream of desert nomads, hoisting their fruit to the sun as they wait at bated breath like prayer until their seed spawns candy crystalline. I twist my tongue around the flesh and spit each pit like wishing on a star. So someday summer, I too will surrender to the sun and turn immortal instead of dying.
Hello. I'm TJ Reynolds. I am a public school elementary art teacher, and this poem is also my teaching philosophy. My life is rainbows and unicorns, and it's work. At the JOB, where little future Fridas and blooming Basquiats signed their name, that's my bottom line. Instead of answering to shareholders, I ask questions at share time. It's not talent. We've always had it. Equal parts model and just plain magic. My life is rainbows and unicorns. Roy G. Biv riding through the clouds on a winged stallion. The sun stuck in a corner, implying the universe that extends beyond this page. Their renderings are reminders to those imaginations that only know the limits you impose. May I never be the teacher that makes a kid hate art. May I always be a teacher that makes a kid take part. And even if you had one of those teachers, you can still get a late start, because more than great skill, it takes great heart. You have the right to draw like you have the right to sing. And anybody that gatekeeps is fake deep. Because they don't really get it. It's creative community that makes peace. Because some of them go home to nothing but gray. They deal with abuse, they have nowhere to stay, because your imagination only shows up when you're safe. When they step in my room, may they see that array. My life is rainbows and unicorns. Public school, no uniforms, no cookie cutter projects that all look the same. It's all about the process, the skills that you gain. No, I will not draw it for you, but I will draw it out of you. Your kids carry home the most incredible masterpieces. That's just a reflection of life. You can't grow without failure, and finding that line means coloring right on over it sometimes. So today, my little protégés, you're old enough to have been told unicorns aren't real, but sharp enough to not believe it. And it's obvious I'm meant to be teaching elementary. I catch them when they're still in single digits before their thinking gets too rigid. It's never a question of if it's good or not, just what is it communicating? And that's why we do it. That's why we're here. We package it in art so it conveys how we feel. I'm here to help you say it clearer, to look in the mirror and know art makers decided they were an artist. They just never stopped. Their confidence was built instead of dropped, because children draw before they write. They make up specific hieroglyphics for the words they hold inside. But around 4th or 5th grade, the thought starts to invade, which pervades as either encouragement or dismayed. And they think if they can't draw realistic, then they are not artistic. But they just haven't learned to love the style they've been gifted. It's art, baby. There are no rules. Just some class expectations, but they're the same throughout the school. My life is rainbows and unicorns, Spider-Mans and spills. I'm a celebrity in these hallways, and my room is the most chill. I made a career of deciphering the riddles in the scribbles. Instead of belittle, just let them be little. Give them the tools and techniques and trust that it'll work out, and that creative confidence will carry on. So for the rest of your life, it won't seem so scary when you let yourself free. When you draw, you write, you perform, and you find your own source of rainbows and unicorns. Thank you. You can find me on Instagram, TJ Reynolds Art. Thank you very much.
All right, so I'm just going to get right into this. I'm a black girl. I'm a black girl by default, not by choice. Somehow, society has stigmatized the beauty of brown skin and the trauma within and wrapped it in a black cast. A colorized system to separate the class, and the ones that finish last sit in the back. a term used to demean a word from the backs of my ancestors' bleed, but the truth has been washed and programmed to feed the minds of the inferior people who claim defeat. And today, we've been incorrectly categorized by words unfitting to this caramelized brown sugar sprinkled upon chocolate that they call skin, but black has been claimed for me. Through the truth I bleed, skin of steel when the sun hits, skin of steel that shines when the sun hits it. Through the bright blazing sun I feed. Mother of earth, soil of souls, denaturalized descendants of Moors dethroned, unrepresented people seen through blind eyes and told by false truths on pages of books with fine lines, created to hide roots. Roots that grow from clay that's rich in abundance of red and orange tones, deep in the fields where the best cotton grows, and the moans of our ancestors whistle with the wind, wishing slavery wasn't all we knew. How their bodies probably turn over in the grave by the mindless defeat of the brave to bow down to the feet of the master in disguise while we chase that bright light at the end of the cave. It is true that grass grows and birds sing and complexes of superiority exist. And when class is out of session, the school bell rings, all in attendance, single file line, while you continue to applaud the story that slavery is the start of your existence. But we were those that sat in the back of the class, so the lie they told blatantly, we missed it. Written in white chalk on blackboards, the rules to stay obedient and incoherent. I mean, everything's all good as long as I'm a black girl or boy, incompetent at the least. I mean, when you strip something of its color, it becomes blank, obsolete, black, unlike white, not equal. When you strip a nation of its nationality, you are left with the black people. But my people are of kings and queens, of dignity and strength, of heart and gold, of building hands that created homes from stones. But they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words shall never hurt me. But words cast spells and give life, uplift and defeat. And I vow to be stronger than the feet of my people, used to follow the stars through the night sky, used as a guide, lit up like white chalk on black streets while they stand on the back of our necks with the heels of their feet while we scream, Black Lives Matter. But black literally means death. Like standing on the backs of our necks until we take our last breath, but still we want respect, but the narrative we won't correct. While the news channel repeats another black man dead or another black man fled, black hoodie, black jeans, he threw a gun over there behind the sheds, another black man said, please don't shoot. But let me ask you a question. In this world of black and white and greens and blues, why don't no other nationalities categorize themselves by hues? Just the white man and you. And I promise I love my people. I'm not trying to take nothing from my people. I'm here with some knowledge that should liberate my people, but my people be the first ones to dismiss this. Because history class don't teach it and the pastors don't preach it, so they're not open to receive it, and I need them to know, not believe it. Because without a doubt, the truth shall break the chains. Acceptance shall help you find the power to replace the pain. So I'm more than just some black girl. I'm everything they hid from me. I'm all the sacred gems that's hidden in this history, and I promise this was meant for me. I was born with skin so thick it's gonna take more than a lie and a dream to penetrate me. My people articulate themselves with signs and symbols. An artistic creation of everything they're meant to be, unsilenced. Truth be told, with words that'll break mindsets, crippling ideologies, and breaking perspectives, a mental riot. Nonviolent, nonviolent. So give me my voice in this mic stand, and I'm going to give you the gospel like the Bible on your nightstand, but no lying. Because I am the talking prophecy. While they continue to tell tales of whips and chains and hurt and pain, while the democracy continues to give their apology filled with while the democracy continues to give their apology filled with mediocrity, isn't it philosophy to make the slave think you think that they make you so sorry. I am the talking prophecy. While they continue to tell tales of whips and chains and hurt and pain, while the democracy continues to give their apology of mediocrity filled with animosity, isn't it philosophy to make the slave think that you need them so they can continue to work for the economy, monopoly, hypocrisy, honestly, but I'm just a black girl in a vast world, and that makes me feel small. At the same time, that makes me feel strong, resilient, and driven, and it makes me feel raw, cut down to the flesh of me, what I'm beautifully made of, flawed. I'm going to end it right there. I only have so much time, so I got a little choked up, so I'm going to leave it at that. But you can find me on Instagram at Yah-Yah The Wordstress. That's Yah-Yah with 2 H's on the end.
So this first poem is called New Timelines, and it's a dedication to my daughter, who's 2 years old. I just became a mom 2 years ago. Okay. I am not programmable. I am an animal of mankind. I have my own mind. I move on divine time, and in this strange timeline, I have become a warrior. Always worrying, hands sweating from anxiety, unsettled in this reality, lift me up in balladry, take me high. Ascending new timelines, reaching past the limits of the sky, I get close to God's eye and found myself in the mirror. Covered in stardust and melanin, breathing heavy with adrenaline. Am I dreaming? No, I'm fully awake, fully alive, from survival mode to thrive, a paradigm shift. A consciousness glitch. I'm shedding old skin, becoming less reptilian, traveling through portals, reborn once again. I have become mother. Handpicked by the Most High, I walk with thousands of universes inside my womb. I gave birth to a future. I am now immortal, 93 till infinity and beyond. A young queen, and her cry is my favorite song. Her eyes like giant saucers, and she flies me to other planets. Like the seeds of a pomegranate, my life is stained with the blood of her love. And she is so serene. I've never known a love so supreme. Virgo sun, Virgo moon, a celestial superstar. My bright glistening child, my never-ending August Sunday. Thank you. This second piece is called Home. Very self-explanatory. Click your heels 3 times and say there's no place like it. You can find it wherever your heart beats. Thoughts of Africa like utopia, American wastelands, Caribbean beaches with stray dogs. Golden mangoes in abundance where we eat collard greens for dessert. Home was whitewashed academia where the elite are made, where everyone thinks the same, where you learn your place, where they tried to take my tongue. The warm scent of my mother, where I go where the street lights come on. My daddy blasting soca in his sandalwood scented Benz, where I can never find my glasses on my face, where I can see the sit-go sign from the bridge, where I watch PBS shows on days spent from school. You're very welcome. Home was in my first love's arms, where we listened to Kurt Cobain and thought we were just happy. Home is where I overthink and blow cinnamon into the doorway. Home is where I'm safe and sound. Home is where I wear the crown. Thank you. You can find me on Instagram at Khadijah La Musa. That's KHADIJAHLAMUSA. Khadijah La Musa. Thank you.
My name is E.ase, and my poem is called Postcards. Hey, Mama, look, your girl's on TV. Do you watch the news nowadays? It's been a while, huh? You are as absent from my adult life as my memory is from my childhood. But at least this time I get to say no. Our family, it is unspoken, out in the unknown, yet so close. I offer forgiveness from afar. Only you know how deeply dark you are at heart. Release the pain. Take me off the pedestal, mamas. Your problems were here before I was. You chose to pass them down. I am not your healer. You gotta share me with the world now. Our lineage will not continue this same cycle. It ends with me, you best believe. So no, I can't be sending postcards. I can't dim my light. That would be a disservice to us all. I'm too busy upholding my boundaries and prioritizing my safety. But selfishly, I hope you watch the news because I love you. If you want to get in contact with me, I am also a visual artist. I perform, I do dance. My Instagram is 2_ LEIGH, Lennon like the Beatle, LENNON. Thank you.
How are y'all feeling? That's how you're feeling for real? How are you feeling? We have reached the end of our program for today, but our next Outspoken Saturday is December 7th. Yes, okay, December 7th here at Boston Public Library. So again, if you know someone who is really awesome at doing the spoken word thing, yes, please go to the table. We already have 5 people who signed up today, so I feel very, very honored. Can we get a snap and a round of applause? Not only that, but I don't want to take credit for that. I just want to give it up for our Outspoken Saturdays speakers because I know that they inspired folks to want to sign up and be on the program. So last but certainly not least, can we give up one more round of applause for our Outspoken Saturdays speakers of November 2nd? Before we go, my name is Amanda Shea. I am your host of Outspoken Saturday, and I want to thank our wonderful GBH crew. Please put your hands together for Maddie Geyer and Olivia Corcio, Juan Jose, and last but certainly not least, Sandra Lopez Burke. Now is the time that we are ending our program, but we are going to ask all of our speakers to come up on stage and take group photos. So if you all would like to take photos of our speakers for today, please do. And make sure that you follow us at GBH on all social media platforms, as well as staying tuned to our YouTube channel where you will be able to replay and share all of the videos of each of the speakers today. With that being said, again, my name is Amanda Shea, and that's Shea like the butter for all my peoples. Please don't play me. Love y'all. Thank you.